Yes, yes, yes. Don't forget, for only $100, I promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, which you will be featured on www.doggydiamondstv.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggy Diamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. Let's get to this. So, what you're about to witness right now is a new show on the channel called Teachable Moments, where you're going to learn different things about life, music, art, real estate. You know, classes in session. Let's get to it. So I'm Doggy Diamonds. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey man, how you doing, doggy? My name is Gongu Roach. They call me Goo. I
Oh,
mean, I'm here, I'm here for service, man.
so, all right, me and you have many back conversations about publishing. So you're like the publishing master. You know a lot about publishing. What is music publishing?
Music publishing is basically it's a portion of your copyright. You have a copyright. There's a sound recording side, there's an audio, there's an SR side for sound recording, and then there's another side, a PA. Oh man, I can't really remember off the head, but there's two sides of a copyright.
Okay.
One side's the SR, which would be for the master.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the artist royalties are under that. That would be the points that you get. You know what I'm saying? That would be off the master. Then there's the publisher side. All right, the publisher side would be your mechanical royalties, royalties off of radio play, record sales, sync licensing, obviously the streaming right now, things like that. That's basically what the publishing is.
So what we've been hearing lately in the past years, the internet and the music industry has been buzzing about publishing. Oh, they took his publishing, he got his publishing. How does an artist get their publishing taken? Well, two-part questions.
Okay.
Some artists sell it, right? They sell their publishing to said people, right?
Well, it kind of matters, man, because I mean, it could be implemented. It could just be implemented in the contract, and you're just giving up a portion just inside the contract.
Hold up, so you're saying you can sign a record deal, and in the record deal you have to give up your publishing?
Well, there's a lot of contracts like that. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I got a ton of clients that have artists under 360s, especially if you think, put this way, if you talk about like the artists from like the 80s, Profile Records, Select Records, a lot of those companies from like the late 80s with the rappers, Co-Chillin Records, all right?
Mm-hmm.
They asked for half your publishing in those contracts. They didn't say publishing. Basically, the contract said that you have no publishing designee. So you're basically right there, you're relinquishing your publishing rights. So all alone, the company is controlling your copyright. They control 100% of your copyright. The contract will basically say, I'm not giving you 50% publishing, I'm giving you 50% royalties. So now the record company is in control of collecting the whole $100, and then they give you 50. But they control the whole copyright. There's no reason for you to sign off or anything. They control the copyright. You don't exist in that part. You just receive a royalty. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of those contracts were coached. A lot of those contracts were from like the late 80s, even the 90s. I'm pretty sure Camp Low, guys like that, had the same type of contract from like even like the 90s.
So that's so that's the scam of it. You didn't know that you were.
Basically inside the contract they're claiming full copyright.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying, on the publisher side.
So publishing is,
they'll pay you a royalty. So you can't sell your publishing because you don't own it.
Okay, so in this situation, you get a royalty rate, and you think you're getting a royalty for your record sales, but you don't know if they're collecting the monies for the record sale, but they're also collecting your monies for your lyrics and your production.
Well, they're collecting the money off of radio play. They're collecting, your lyrics is inside of that.
Yeah.
They're collecting all of that mechanical. The writer money you keep, they don't collect the writer money. So if Doggy Diamonds is like ASCAP as a writer, your government name, they have nothing to do with that part. That's yours. But the other half of that on the publisher side in ASCAP, they control that account. They're going to control that account. in that case scenario of, like I was telling you, with like Profile and these guys that are claiming full copyright, but they just give you a royalty. But then if you want to try to get out of it, a lot of those companies, like I just got out of court with a company that they were fudging the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So we were able to go to court and get back his 50% under his company. So now he's able to collect on his own because the company breached their agreement.
So what is a publishing deal?
Well, I mean, look at it like this. Whenever record companies were started in the early 1900s or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? Doggie Diamonds record was popular in America. Then all of a sudden the song got popular in France and all these other places. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can go to the company in New York and go get your money. You know, back in the early days, you go collect your royalty. But who's going to collect the royalty in Africa and in France? You know what I'm saying? So just say like Universal started in 1910, which they didn't or whatever, but just say they started in 1910. They're gonna make up a sister company, you know what I'm saying, to tell them like, yo, like we're gonna collect the royalty for the artist. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, and especially like if it's like the same company, it's almost like they're getting a portion of their money back in a way. But that's the thing, you didn't have the resources to go get the international money. So these guys formed a company to get your international money for you, but for a fee. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is that, yeah, so, I mean, your songs accumulated a certain amount of money. They want to advance you some money and keep a piece of the copyright on a co-publishing deal. You see what I'm saying? And basically, I wouldn't do nothing like that. I would just wait like 9 more months and do an administration deal and get more of my money. But, you know, basically, they're showing you money up front. And you know, you make more of a desperate move, but not really realizing that you're giving up a portion of your copyright.
Kind of like what Biggie did early on, right?
Biggie, well, I mean, put it this way, Biggie was Biggie. He could have went right to EMI himself and said, "Yo, give me $1 million." They would have gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? But Puff cut him off at the pass and said, "Hey, I'll give you this much money for your publishing to go into a publishing deal with me." And then now Puff made more money than he did off the initial deal because he went to EMI and got an advance, and then he pays down the Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so break that down. So what he does is he goes to EMI and say, "Give me a deal for him, but it's my deal, and then I'll pay him out of the deal."
Well, yeah, well, yeah. He controlled once again. Once he gave these guys an advance, he's the controller. He's the controller of all the compositions under the Schedule A. You know what I'm saying? So now Puff can't collect across the world, so he has to go to somebody. He'll go to EMI and say, "Hey, I got 8, 9 people on my roster. I got 300 songs, 400 songs, already out. You know what I'm saying? You already know the activity. These records. What kind of money you're gonna give me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give you said dollar. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically the situation at hand. Then he has to recoup back the money that he was advanced on to start seeing the portion back. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like the situation all the people from Bad Boy were in. You know what I'm saying? Except for off top, French Montana and Shine. Off top, to me, they had the 2 best record deals over at Bad Boy. Off top, I could be wrong, but those 2 guys, they had offers from other companies, so Puff couldn't give them the Black Rob contract. You know what I'm saying? So Puff don't have any of their publishing. He don't have any of Shine's publishing. He don't have any of French Montana's publishing. He got a piece of G-Dep's publishing and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But G-Dep didn't have an offer from Def Jam to counter to Puff and say, "Hey, this guy's offering me, so, they're not trying to ask for my pub." Like, they kind of came in compromising positions. There was no offers. I'm just taking a guess, but it looked like to me like a lot of these artists over at Bad Boy didn't have any offers. You know what I'm saying? They just came off the street to Puff. You know what I'm saying? And you're in he gives you a contract. You just got to make the best of what's in that contract.
So you come into the label. You're gonna get your advance for your record, but then he's also saying,
"Hey." Usually he was given. I seen some contracts. He was given like 40, 50,000 out back in '96.
But so that was for the advance for the deal and the publishing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, that ain't shit. That ain't nothing. So,
but mind you, these guys are 18, 19, 17 at the time. You know, I grew up with cats that in high school that had record deals and they signed over all their publishing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and they were on the radio, yo, MTV Raps, all sorts of stuff. These guys just, you know, kind of halfway popping. And, you know, come to find out, like one of my guys was still, by the time his second album came out, he was still at his mother's house. And, you know, people were still kind of wondering what was up, but he sold it, you know, he sold over his publishing to Gene Griffin or whoever the guy was at the time.
I already know who you talk about. I don't want to say artist you talking about, but I know who you talking about. And it's funny because that's one of my favorite R&B singers, I'll say too. Yeah, and,
oh well, nah, he's a fantastic singer. I mean, but like, I could say this now, but I would have fell into the same trap that they did. You know
yeah. Well, what happens is we're broke kids coming off the street, and somebody says, "Here goes 50,000." You like 50? Whoa! I'll give away everything. Is that kind of what happened to DOC? I heard earlier on.
I didn't know the situation with DOC. I just know that he was with Ruthless Records, and it's at the point right now where he could file for U.S. copyright termination, and he can get his publishing back. And he can renegotiate on his master and get a higher retail rate and things like that on his master. Like right now, like if that album came out in '88, is a 35 US copyright termination rule, he could file right now, and within the next year or 2 years, he would have his publishing back full. So if the Eazy-E estate or Ruthless Records got 25 or 50% of his publishing, he gets that back.
DOC, you know holla at my man. He could help you. He could help you.
Well, yeah, no, I talked to Lonzo. I flew out to LA. Like I talked to Lonzo. I kind of put it in their head, you know, about, you know, what their options are. I mean, I think DOC knows this stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think he should know this. I think he knows this. You know what I'm saying?
So are there ways that people are getting scammed and getting their publishing stolen?
Yeah, there's a million ways to do it. I mean, you can steal writer royalties, you can steal publishing.
How do you steal it and the artists don't know that they're being stolen?
I mean, there's just a million ways to do it.
We ain't gonna tell them how to do it, but how is it getting done? Like
well, I could tell you, I could tell you straight up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all right, I could take Doggie Diamonds publishing by, all right, say you were ASCAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know your government name or whatever. All right, so I file with ASCAP and BMI with a fake social security number. All right, it's gonna come back a week or two or whatever. It's gonna come back flagged. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give me a fake social security number, or this is the incorrect social security number, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing about it, while you got it processed, not the company CSAC, the Performance Rights Society, but there's a company called SISAC. SISI, whatever, however it's spelled. There's a company called SISAC, all right? ASCAP, the Performance Rights Societies, they go to SISAC to create an IPI. Mm-hmm. So when I filled out the fake social security number, ASCAP went to SISAC to make an IPI number for me, your writing name, which is like your identity across the world, let's say. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is that it comes back flagged. All right. And it says that we can't do anything with your account. You know what I'm saying? Because it's inaccurate with the account, with the social security number. The thief wouldn't care about that. I don't care. SISAC already created me an IPI number. You know what I'm saying? Basically, ASCAP saying you're flagged, but basically you only flagged domestically. So I can't use, so what? I can't use the IPI domestically. I can go overseas and use that IPI overseas. You see what I'm saying? And steal your money overseas by duplicating pretty much the same name or a name close enough to yours. So what I would do is I would file the registration 3 times, similar to your name. First name similar to yours, another one with just a single initial, and then another one with a whole middle name initial. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm kind of casting a net. You know what I'm saying? For whatever falls by the sides. You know what I'm saying? So now I got 3 IPIs running around out there internationally. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't even have to fill out a song just because your song is similar to theirs. Just due to the fact that the name is similar, checks will come into your account just because the sloppy admin work by BMI and ASCAP. You know what I'm saying? So for example, I got a client that has eight other writers with the same name as him getting his money.
Say that again.
I got a client that you know very well, super popular.
I know everything. I just don't say that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He has 8 other people getting his writer money because they have the same name.
Mm.
Two writers with the same name from BMI, another 6 from ASCAP. So his check is way short.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one. So that's I guess 2 ways. Just the sloppy administration work by ASCAP or BMI, CSAC. You having a similar name. Other people will get paid because you have the same name or a similar or a name too close.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna lose money right there. You don't know it, but you're losing money right there. You know, that happens a lot. Then if you look at an ASCAP, BMI, or a CSAC royalty statement,
mm-hmm.
it's gonna have like ASCAP. It will have like a domestic and international on there,
Mm-hmm.
right? All right. So when you look at domestically, it will say like just say the song title is like "I Love You."
Mm-hmm.
Domestically, you'll say ASCAP, whatever. I Love You, Doggie Diamonds, 50%. But and now it has your publishing rate, 50% that you're collecting on this composition, and how much money you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on the international side of that same statement,
mm-hmm.
it'll say I love you. It'll say Doggie Diamonds, I love you, and just the money. No percentage on the international. If you look at your BMI ASCAP statement on the international, you'll see the differences. On the international side, there's no percentage, but on the domestic side, it's the percentage, because ASCAP and BMI can actually see what's going on domestically. They can't see what's going overseas. They're not gonna confirm and guarantee you that they're collecting 50% internationally off Doggie Diamond's record, because they know it's the Wild West internationally.
So, with that being said, are there well-known people? We don't got to name them, but are there well-known people ripping these artists off? Because it's people, what we said, this is why we call it the scam, because what we talked about, it's a Ponzi scheme going on with this publishing.
Well-known people? Yeah. Oh, no. Some of the most popular people are running scams on their artists. That's super well.
I know, but we ain't gonna say that.
Yeah,
maybe one day. Well.
Yeah.
Let's let them know though. Let's let them know that the artists know too. They just scared to talk. Some of the artists know what's being done to them. They just don't want to talk. So we're not gonna put it out there. They're not gonna put it out
sometimes they see it's not efficient to talk about it. That it might hinder their situations because certain people are just so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had powerful people try to get me fired from being clients of certain people. You know what I'm saying? Just for the
calling a man like, yo, get him up out of here. He know too much.
Yeah, just because I'm making moves for for the clients. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it goes, man. It's an ugly game, and no one wants to look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more I dig, the more I see, the worse my opponent could look. You know what I'm saying? Because none of these guys, everybody knows this. Hey man, I got talent. I got talent over here. I know these records can make money. So I know, they just know the exterior. I know these records make money, so I'm gonna go get a pub deal. You know what I'm saying? They just know like the basic one too. That's exterior thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the interior. They don't know how the money flows from society to society. They don't know how much the admin companies are taking. You know what I'm saying? Like BMI, CSAC, things like that. There's just a lot of, they just don't understand the flow of how the money comes from internationally here. But they just don't know money flow, period. They just know that these records are going to make money. They get a bunch of statements. They look at the statements. They say, oh, I got my money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then they keep it moving. I'll tell you something worse. Man, I wonder if I should say this.
I wonder if it's what I think you're going to say. I don't know if you should.
No, I'm not gonna. No, this is something different.
Okay.
This way, I was doing admin work in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say this: it's probably one of the first 5 companies you think of in the music industry, in hip hop. Mm-hmm. I'll just say that. If you think of 5 of the most popular companies, it's one of those. I'll just say that. Mm-hmm. All right.
Keyword hip hop. We just leave it like that. Y'all could take that hip hop and run with it.
Yeah. In 2010, I was telling this lady that these guys were losing money. These guys put out like 30, 40 albums and stuff like that. And I noticed that they weren't getting paid on like 18 albums. Like it was all messed up. So this lady was running the company for these guys, but she don't know nothing. She's just whatever. She's running the company. It took me 5 years to convince her, for her to give me a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 months, I get her a check. I put it into the account that she tells me to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just say this, damn, this is gonna, these people had a beef with an artist over a whole lot of money. I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going on for a little while. She called me up and said, yo, don't put no more money in their account. I was like, why? She's like, me and my father want to buy them out. We want them to go broke. So me and my father buy them out.
Mm.
Their own employee.
Mm.
Their own employee, because their father was super rich, whatever. Their own employee was trying to buy them out and trying to get me to stop to put money into their account because she thought that the issue between these parties were so bad that she would be able to compound the issue and get the catalog. You know what I'm saying? And it took about a year for me to catch up to these guys. And I told them in Quad Studio, like, yo, bro, like, this lady wants a kickback on whatever money that I'm giving them.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to buy you out through her father. You know what I'm saying? And yo, one of them got pissed. You know, they were just going crazy in the studio. And to this day, even though I told them and I got on the phone with their lawyer, all those albums are still fucked up. They still haven't collected them.
Now, I want to put some names out there. You have told me like Capadonna publishing all messed up. A lot of the Wu-Tang publishing.
Well, Sugar Hill Rich Kid, the one who died in 2014. I went to high school with a cat named Rondo Robinson. He was one of the sons of Sugar Hill. I mean, he could have moved different. You know, he was just a guy that was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but he just wanted to be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Which he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But that took him off course into getting into dumb shit. But make a long story short, yeah, he signed one of the Wu guys on a legitimate deal. You know what I'm saying? But he used that as the gate. He used that to get in to rob everybody else. So yes, has he robbed Method Man? Yes, he's robbed Method Man. But some of these guys he's only taken like 6-7 songs from. But Capadonna, he went in on Capadonna. He might have took 40 songs from Capadonna.
Mathematics.
Yeah, a bunch of songs from Mathematics, a bunch of songs from Street Life. But the thing about that is that these guys they either didn't have an admin deal at the time, or they just didn't know better to get an admin deal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Scoochie knew that. Rondo knew that. He knew that. You know what I'm saying? Because what he would do, this is what Rondo would do. Back in the physical days, every Tuesday, he would go to Disco Mat or Sam Goody or whatever store. You know what I'm saying? He would go buy the newest CDs. And on the back of the CDs, it tells you who has a publishing deal or not. You know what I'm saying? Doggie Diamonds, ASCAP
or BMI.
My publishing. Yeah. But if it says Doggie Diamonds blank, ASCAP blank, no publisher, they're going in. Because there's nobody to protect you. There's no bodyguard to say like, oh, this guy got your money over there. There's no watchdog. You know what I'm saying? So they'll just go in. And even if you get a pub deal after, it don't make a difference because they stuck the flag in the ground first, for example. And you got to rely on your publisher to tell you like, hey, I got a whole bunch of disputes over here internationally from this other company. But they're not going to, they might not tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're going to get a whole bunch of, 1,200 pages of statements, and you got to figure that out yourself most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, they've been hitting Capadonna, and some of the Wu guys ever since
they came out.
Yeah, like they've been getting them since like 2000.
So let me ask you something. What does it mean when a record label gets audited?
Well, I'm doing a couple of audits.
I know that. That's what I'm saying.
It's like they changed the contracts or adjusted the contracts with the times. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, most of these guys, like say like the Wu-Tang, they signed a pre-digital contract. You know what I'm saying? So now when Spotify comes in and you're getting some money from Spotify, if they signed if they signed a 9% deal with Steve Rifkin for like 9 points or 12 points or something like that, then that's what they're getting. They're getting 12 points, 12%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a pre-digital contract, so that shouldn't be implemented. It's considered licensing, and you're supposed to get 50%.
Mm.
So right there, that's like a 5-6 times adjustment right there on your royalties. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you can only go back 3 years or something like that. But at the same time, they're going to go back and adjust the royalties, to the proper rates of what it should be, you know what I'm saying, through the audit. And then, they might still be charging you for physical, like overseas fees and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because what happens is when they ship music out, they charge you when they ship the records back. So if the records don't get sold and they have a certain amount, or they might be charging you for shipping records, because remember, it's still the old paperwork.
Not only that,
go ahead.
They had in the contract in those 80s, 90s, or whatever, before that, they had broken goods.
Yeah, but to say the crates get broken.
We're going to take 12.5%. We're going to take 12.5% from broken goods.
If the records got warped and
but ain't nothing breaking now because it's digital.
Yeah. But you're still bonded by that paperwork.
Yeah.
So is that what De La Soul was going through? Is that something is that the issue with De La Soul and Tommy Boy?
Tommy Boy's a whole thing. Nah, man. I just think it's just one of them guys, man. Kind of like a couple of other labels from the 80s that just didn't respect black people. You know what I'm saying? And just felt like when the money came, it was theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Where I got a client, this guy took like 1.1 from him within like the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he just tries to make up excuses not to give it. He just doesn't respect them. You know what I'm saying? But kind of like the guys I was talking about that's trying to buy that they were trying to get the seat for the publishing when the people were trying to buy the publishing from.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are mega rich, but these people don't respect them. You know what I'm saying? So they just look at them like, oh, they're gonna go do some buy some jewelry with that money. So they don't even look at them like, they're just like, oh, you don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how a lot of these guys are.
So let's bring them up to 2022 right now. The Khalees situation. What do you know about that? Did she have her publishing on the record? Because they did give her credit, but what was her issue?
I think she had publishing probably, but even if she signed even if she signed a publishing deal, a lot of times the publishing company will sign off, and they don't even need your permission. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole thing. Like, I mean, I do situations all the time. Depending on who it is, they just clear it, or sometimes they'll ask me. It just depends on how the deal is structured. You know what I'm saying? But with her, the publishing company probably just cleared it. They just did inside business and just cleared it, and
So did she get paid?
She's probably gonna get, if she owns publishing, she's gonna get paid.
Well, now Beyonce has since then removed it. She removed the sample and removed the offer. So she might have talked her way out of some money.
Oh, wow. I got a track on the Beyonce album.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Beyonce has since reissued it and removed it because Khalees was complaining. So Khalees was saying she stole, but I'm like, you are on the credit. I see your name on the credit. So I'm confused.
Yeah, maybe I don't know enough about it, but I know if she signed a publishing deal, chances are the publisher would just sign off. That's why she doesn't know anything. I don't think she doesn't own any of her publishing, kind of like one of them 80s deals, or if she signed the Pharrell soundtrack where he controls the whole portion.
Because she did say that Pharrell never wrote nothing and he was taking people publishing, so it might have been Pharrell.
Yeah, so Star Trek or whatever label was asking for publishing rights. They might have asked for 100% of the control. They may have. I don't know the whole situation with that. I just heard a rant like one day, and I just know like, if she signed a publishing deal, the company would just sign off.
So they don't. So in other words, they don't have to ask her for permission because the publisher.
Depending on how the deal is structured, yeah. Like my people's first deal, they didn't. They just did insides. They just signed off on their own. But now I'm restructuring a new deal for these guys. They gotta come to me.
So you can wake up one day and hear your song on somebody else's song, and you didn't even know what happened.
Oh, absolutely, all the time.
So Also, Meek Mill. What's going on with Meek Mill? If you could tell me, because it's like he's Rock Nation, he's Maybach Music Group, he's Grand Hustle, he's all these things, and now he's talking about he's leaving everybody by himself. Does he have a publishing issue?
I don't think it's. I think it's with Warner. I don't think it's a publishing issue. He, if I had to take a guess, I think he might have an artist royalty issue.
Mm.
I'm thinking his contract is cross collateralized. I'm thinking he has a cross collateralized contract.
What does that mean? Because I have no idea.
Doggie Diamonds comes out with an album, and it recoups, and then you come out with a second album, and it doesn't recoup. They're gonna take from the first album.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So he might have one album that was recouped and 3 other albums that weren't recouped. So he's not out the red. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll intermingle. I mean, you got to recoup out all of those. You got or recoup real big out of one of them to recoup.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe he feels like. Maybe he realized, I'm just taking a guess, but maybe he realized the situation he's in. Maybe he feels like Rock Nation didn't fight for him for that situation or help him or anything like that. I mean, I have no idea, but I do notice a lot of these guys are under cross-collateralized agreement stuff.
So you can do a big album, first album, big album, sell a whole bunch of records. Then you do another then you do another album and they say, hold on, we gave you a big budget, we gave you this. It ain't make what we thought it was gonna make. We going back in that pot. Yeah, we going back in that. You ain't getting no third one. We going back in that pot and taking from there.
Yeah, you ain't getting paid off that first album no more. Till it recoups off what it did with the second.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You gotta watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta watch out that. And if you got leverage and if you're hot, you won't have a deal like that. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, doggy, some of the most popular people you ever heard of in your life.
Oh, I know.
That sold 10, 15, 20 million records, things like that, under cross-collateralized deals.
And still in the red on certain things.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know an artist right now that's unrecouped maybe $4 or $5 million last time I looked at the statement. And he must have sold at least 20-something million records. No, more than that. I think he might have sold 70 or 80 million records worldwide. Yeah, still unrecouped.
Is Slick Rick still signed to Def Jam? Is that true?
I have no idea.
Okay, I always wanted to know that.
But I do. Thanks for reminding me. I do want to thank Curtis Blow, Curtis Blow Jr., Tara Martin, Karis One, and Chuck D for putting me on the board of advisors for the Hip Hop Alliance stuff.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So, before we go, is the rumor, and I want to know if you can confirm or deny it, that record labels have life insurance on artists. Is that true?
Well, there's an artist that me and you knew about. They, I'll just say it straight up. Big Pun. They had life insurance on Big Pun. Liza remembers when she went in the cab with Big Pun and went to the doctor, and got the record company sent them there. You know what I'm saying? They had $1 million policy on him, and when he passed away,
So you telling me Loud Records had a life insurance policy on Big Pun?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That the label collects.
I think the contract consists of too. Like, say for example, okay, it's $1 million. If he's unrecouped $1 million, they get to keep it all. Yeah, it's just another way to take. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a way to take back the recoup. Like, yeah, okay, this, Yep.
All right, give the people your name and your information, how they could stay in contact with you, man, because this just got crazy. and somebody asked, did the family get any of the insurance money? No, because they had to fight all them years for that.
Not at all. I mean, it's part. If he owed the record company money, they get to keep it.
And what you seen, they were saying he was unrecouped for years. So that $1 million.
Oh no, the Big Pun account just recouped maybe within like a year and a half ago. So what is that? he had three projects. He had three projects under there to recruit. What is that? A compilation album, that last one, and then two albums. Yeah, so he had three albums in a video account too. So yeah, all of that recouped about a year and a half ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago, 2 years, year and a half. Yeah.
So
it recoups well.
so all right, how we got to do this though. How do these artists protect themselves from this publishing scam? Is it a way?
Yeah, I mean, they can holler at me about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, they could definitely holler at me. You know, I can help you bodyguard your catalog. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so these guys, rodents, won't get into your catalog, you know, early. You know what I'm saying? I could help set you up, you know, the right way, give you some education.
Because you did help me on a lot of stuff on my album that's coming out. We still got a little bit more to go through, but you told me all the channels. Sign up for this. Sign up for this. Sign up for this.
Yeah, I mean, if I can give somebody 20% of what I know, they're good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all they need, just some basic stuff, and you know, they could roll with that. You know what I'm saying? But people are gonna cheat forever in this business. It's too loose. This is too
Wild West.
Yo, it's too loose. I mean, somebody called me yesterday and said, this super famous producer forged my signature. You know, they just say that like, but he was like, I was in jail the past so-and-so years. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, this guy forged your signature. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that going on.
What about the situation with a famous artist not really famous, semi-famous artist that's locked up? That situation will resolve itself where he stole a song? You said it before, but we never put it out.
What do you mean? Say that again?
This artist that's locked up right now stole a song from somebody you know because they got locked up.
Oh,
did that resolve itself?
I mean, do you want me to say the name?
Yeah, say it.
Okay, Casanova 2 times. I got a client named Dwight Cromer. He actually wrote "Don't Run" for Casanova 2 times. You know, Casanova wanted to rap. The guy showed me all the information. I had to go to court over it. You know, the whole nine. But basically, my guy went to jail 2 days before Casanova did the video. And, you know, when it was paperwork time, he took the writer credit and the publisher credit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude was in jail.
Yeah, while he was locked up. No, I fixed that.
Oh, yeah, I fixed that. Don't worry about that. We worked that out.
Yeah, I fixed that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he deserved his credit though, you know, but the thing about it is that we were able to attack it within like the first 3 years of the release. That's the thing. You got 3 years statute of limitations to fight your writer credit. You know what I'm saying? After that, it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of guys who slept, you know, went to sleep on their stuff, call me 10 years later, bro, it's over. They got your shit. You know, you might as well just fuck him up.
Yeah, word. So let me ask you something in closing, bro. The conspiracy that these labels are getting life insurance policy on these artists, and these artists are mysteriously dying or going to jail. What we doing with that? Is that too spooky?
Bro.
Or is it coincidental?
I'm just saying, if you was working for Universal, ain't it a good hustle? You'd be filing for life insurance in these guys too. I'll be sending you to the doctor ASAP. You know what I'm saying? All you drill guys, let's go. I'll put you I'll get you a whole bus. All you guys can just go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey man, you know the powers that be are wicked. Maybe they do knock off a couple. You know, I need a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly, we're gonna say allegedly.
Hey, some of these guys are getting more than $1 million too in their life insurance policy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, he's Uncle Koopy. I'm going nowhere with him. You know, hit him with that car. You know, OD him. Yeah. No, bro. I see right now. I'm about to take an accountant to court for stealing my client's money. But he also stole money from a rapper that died a couple years ago from like syrup or pills or something like that. This guy was kind of popular, but that's another thing, man. These accountants, bro. These accountants, man.
So you got the publishers, you got the accountants, you got the lawyers, you got
business
managers, the agents, the chicks.
No, bro. I got a client that was screwing his secretary. She bad move.
Bad move.
She turned around and sued him for $1.4 million over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And he lost. You know what I'm saying? He lost. I had to, you know, he called me up. I said, yo, I had to get him another lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And I got it reversed. You know what I'm saying? So we go to court like another month from now, you know, for a lower settlement. That shit happens all the time too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't be fucking your secretary, man.
Yeah, don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, watch out, man. Like, it's ugly business, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a nice guy, they're gonna take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? But the whole moral story is that whoever holds your account usually feels like it's their money.
And we do have, we're not gonna put no names out there, but we do have some executives that's walking around with a crazy God complex, and they just feel untouchable. Like nobody can do nothing to them, say nothing to them, and they playing with a lot of people money.
You gotta think about, you know, some of these guys that make $200 million and things like that. You got to think about all the decades that they saturated reinstilled the ego in their head. You know what I'm saying? To the point that some of these guys think that they're the closest thing to God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're a pawn. You know what I'm saying? You can't move me, budge me. You can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if I owe you this or that. It doesn't make a difference. Like you're not on my level. I'm not moving for you. You're just a pawn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't move a king. You can't move this chess piece.
And let's put out there.
What?
It's black people doing it to other black
people.
people.
Bro, I was gonna say this. I'm not excluding that person that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I know worse people than that. And I said to myself the other day, I was in Jamaica the other day, you know, just hanging out, just thinking and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, are the white execs worse or are the black execs worse? Yo, sorry to say, the black guys is worse.
Black excellence, black love is a myth. I've been telling y'all that.
The black guys is worse. I can't believe I'm saying that. Just from my experience. I hope I'm wrong, but from my experience, the black guys are worse. At least with all the white guys that I've dealt with in the business, they can be robbing you, but you're getting some money. You know what I'm saying? I know guys that they ain't giving you none of the money.
And even when they get caught, they hand in the cookie jar.
None of it.
They still not giving it to you.
I know a guy who lost his whole catalog to a record company. His whole producer royalty account got stolen from him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, these
could we deal with a famous quote though?
Hmm.
I'm only doing what the white people taught me.
Yeah.
Said certain black
I'm only doing what the white man taught me. Yeah. That's what
said certain black guy.
Yeah, exactly. But yo, the black guy, like I said, at least I've seen the artists get paid some money from some of the white guys. And think about this. You remember a lot of the artists used to do Koch deals with Koch, you know what I'm saying, or some of the smaller companies. But a lot of those deals were all in deals. You know what I'm saying, where they give you all of it. You know what I'm saying, and you're obligated to pay the producers or writers that participated on your project. You know what I'm saying? You think some of those guys? So
you're talking about like the Cameron deals? I know you ain't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. The Cameron deals. You think he's gonna pay Hell Rel what he's supposed to pay him, or JRI? He's not giving.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Well, for one, a lot of these guys started that young. So like, you know, I know at this point when they're older, you know, they could see business different, but they're running hard then. So I can understand that. I'd probably be making the same mistakes also. But you know, whether Universal's paying me correctly or incorrectly, I know that royalty statement's coming, and I know that money's coming. See what I'm saying? Every quarter. So basically, Koch said, okay, you got to get some system software for you to pay these artists every quarter. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in a Lambo in Miami with some freaks. I ain't doing
that ain't happening, man.
And could we also let the audience know that a lot of these people who you think are record labels really don't have a functioning record label. Like there is no office, there's nothing, there's no secretary, there's nothing. Their record label is their cell phone.
Bro, it's a fucking that's exactly. It's your
bathroom. The office is their cell phone.
Is you sitting on the toilet on the phone.
Yeah, that's their record label.
That's the office. Wherever you at with the phones, where the office is. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and yo, this whole game is crazy, man. I mean, even with somebody, I'm dealing with somebody right now that's facing 15 years in jail over cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
And he's in the hole.
Bro, this guy sold 30 million records between album and singles. He sold 30 million records. Allegedly, what the fuck are you doing in a coke deal? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing in a coke? And they also accused him of fentanyl and all sorts of crazy shit. But I'm just saying, like, bro, why do these guys get all this money and want to be worse? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck's the matter with you? Like, that it's so inefficient. You know what I'm saying? Drama, all this other stuff. Like, it's supposed to relax you, relax your family, you know, get some health care, you know, whatever the situation is, help your friends out. You know what I'm saying? These guys want to dive into the worst shit possible. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that whole Kevin Lyles thing where he was more like, you know, where he went to the YSL court case.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, defending them and stuff like that. It kind of like reminded me of like how Suge Knight was like, come to death row.
Yeah,
you know
it
felt like subliminal talk, like, I'll protect you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna protect them when somebody's gonna get smart and jam these labels up and sue them for what they're releasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they find enough background evidence to say that you knew about these guys, you know, and once one of these record companies get sued for putting out that type of music, they'll slow that whole shit down. You know what I'm saying? They will. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy, man. It's
all right. So what I want to do, give them all of your information where they can stay in contact with you. Possibly somebody is struggling right now and they need a little help.
Oh, everybody's struggling. You know, it's just large or small. You know, it's either a Band-Aid or, you know, or super surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Gongu Roach, Gongu, Gongu Roach at Gmail. You can catch me on Facebook. You know, I don't be too active, but you can catch me on any social media and DM me. I'll react to that, no problem.
Or y'all can hit me up, and if it's real, I'll hit them for you.
Yeah, I mean,
not because you did a mixtape and no. We talking about real stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of artists, because you gave me the list of all the artists that was getting jerked before.
I tried to fix the Capadonna situation like 10 years ago. I mean, he needs to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Because even if he goes to somebody else, they're not going to be able to tell him the history of what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? I got 13 years of notes on Capadonna.
You sent me the list of all the people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I saw the list of all the people.
I'm just saying, these guys are too legendary, you know what I'm saying, for them not to see their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that part pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you know, you're able to be taken advantage of, you know. I mean, it's kind of crazy. He deserves it. He's a legend. He deserves all his real estate. You know
we tried with a few people. We got people on the phone and they just
I mean, bro, I'm stacked like this I got clients out there. I mean, I'm not really sweating it like that. You know, if you don't care about it, then I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I got a whole bunch of things going on. You know what I'm saying? But for a legend like that and those guys, you know, I would definitely, you know, help them out, point them the right way. I mean, honestly, what I would do, if I was the Wu-Tang, I would get a whole bus with a W on it and drive to Jersey to freaking Scritch's brother's house and fuck his brother up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm all for violence, but let's chill. Let's chill. You gotta chill.
Yeah. His brother Leland knows everything that the whole family did. He's just smarter than the other two that passed away. He knows how to play more of a sympathy game. You know, more mental. He's more mentally. He's just a little bit slicker with his tongue. You know, and he knows how to pacify the situation, but he knows where all the bones are buried. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's not gonna want to let it go like that either, because it's a whole bunch of money if you let go of a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the family's holding like 10,000 or 8,000 stolen songs all over the world, I mean, shit, it's free money.
All right. So with that, tell them your name one more time.
Gongu, Gongu Roach, Roach. Catch me on
IG, everywhere.
Yeah, Facebook, DM me. You need some consultation, holler at me. You know, I'm here. You know, I can make it happen. You know, if your favorite exec is fucking you over and you living with your mom in one room, You know what I'm saying? Holler at me. You know what I'm saying?
So
'Cause
yes,
I actually know people like that.
yes,
You
facts.
know?
So listen, this has been a teachable moment. Subscribe, hit the bell. This is for episode 1. This is all about music publishing. We could do a part 40 on this, but we just try to give y'all a little something because it gets very, very intricate and deep.
I can go for days.
Yeah, and as more
go,
details come out publicly, we can go back and speak on stuff because we know a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I can speak on a few court cases that I'm fixing up now with some white guys, you know?
Another time. All right, so yo, I thank you for joining me, bro. I'll hit you
Thank
later
you.
on.
I appreciate it every time, brother.
Yes, peace, y'all.
All right.